So what we're going to do is we're going to play back some of the band's new songs. There'll be no cameras allowed in there. There'll be no video, no bags in there. You can only walk in with paper and a pencil. We're ready. Are there any questions? Camera over here.
Was there ever a moment you thought about stopping with Metallica, or the whole band was falling apart?
Was it a kind of a power struggle between you and him?
How did you manage to solve this crisis?
Where in God's name are you getting all this aggression from on this new album? Where's it coming from?
Why did it take so long to release an album with the new songs?
After 20 years, is it possible to retain the fire that, you guys once had at the beginning?
Do you think the young generation of metal fans will accept the new album?
85 million records, 22 years. I think it's 11 albums and various official releases. One word.
Oh my God. One word to span our career.
After 14 years of headbanging, Metallica bassist Jason Newsted has quit the band, citing, quote, private and personal reasons and the physical damage that I've done to myself over the years while playing the music I love. Metallica's management had no comment when asked by MTV News if there's a replacement waiting in the wings, but the band is still scheduled to begin recording a new album this spring. That's the news for now. Stay tuned for more news.
I mean, I think everybody understands the concept of trusting instincts, and that's getting to a place where you don't let egos and let stuff get in the way of artistic expression, So, do you want to say anything more about that? Because, I think everybody understands. I met Metallica through Q Prime Management after having seen me work with another band of theirs when they called and said that Metallica, with Jason announcing that he was exiting the group, needed to take a look at itself and say, well, what's going on here? We've lost touch with our personal relationships and face some of the issues that I think Q Prime felt that they were headed for.
We haven't really worked together for almost 9 months. When we were talking a couple of days ago about whether, if we wanted to do this film or not, I was wondering if having these guys in here would affect that. Because there's an intimacy that you get when it's just a few people in the room, and I'm just wondering if that's going to get lost, if we're going to go back to sort of like battling each other and trying to be like all strong and.
What intimacy? What the fuck you talking about?
I think, to me, it's not going to be a matter of whether the cameras are in play, but whether or not you guys are free enough to risk being seen by other people.
We're here in the Presidio in San Francisco, and this is going to be the location where Metallica is going to start recording their next album.
We decided that we didn't want to go back into a studio again and do kind of like the same thing we had done before. We had to kind of change things up, and this is one of the things that we talked about, was to go into a space that's not a studio, bring in kind of like a portable studio or a makeshift studio.
That's good.
And basically make the situation uncomfortable.
You know, don't buy new furniture, don't paint the walls, don't do anything. Just keep it Spartan, keep it crude. They're such a success that you can get comfortable. I don't think they want to be comfortable.
Well, there's definitely a vibe in here.
They got a lot of attitude, and I think they want it to come out on this next album.
How did you approach this record differently? I mean, did you talk about things? Did you have ideas, keywords, things like that that you wanted to put across before you actually started putting the whole thing together?
Well, ego was a big one. Coming in here and not bringing a riff, not bringing a song, not bringing a title, nothing.
Me and James did not meet somewhere else and come in here with material, with songs, with music.
This time, we all got in a room and just started playing, and that's how we wrote songs.
The idea is it should sound like a band getting together in a garage for the first time. Only the band's Metallica.
I really like going fast. Just go off and meditate in the wind, you know? As corny as it sounds, it works and it feels good. It's a good way to just let the weight of the world off every once in a while. It is kind of strange being, you know, like a famous guy, you know. This is part of me that's trying to be unfamous, I guess. But it's also go against the rules attitude. You know, is this a big pose? I mean, yes, this is a pose. I mean, am I driving down the street to not get noticed in this thing? I mean, rebellious is kind of what this is, I would say.
Have you got a plug in here?
Wait. So what exactly are you doing?
Well, you'll just hold it above the
Oh, okay. I got you.
I got some bad news. We're gonna have to,
Change the lyrics?
I like this thing, Bob. What? I like this thing.
I used to kid myself that art was my great escape away from music. And I think I've become increasingly aware that my interest in art, music, and Metallica is not separate from anything. You know, where does he feel that there's enough of that kind of gold thing? How come there isn't another 20 strokes up in that black area up there where it's kind of bare? Where are the starting points and where are the end points, do you know what I mean? When's a song done? What the fuck does that mean anyway? Done. When's a record done? Do you know, where does a record start? Where does it end? Where does the process start? Where does the process end? All that type of stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's really interesting. Yes, sweetie.
I don't feel anything great there.
Yeah, nobody does.
it's that great. He's refusing.
How do you hear the riff then?
I like that. Bow, bow, doo, 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 and then.
Yeah.
In 9 days, it'll be my 2-year anniversary of surfing. It's taken the place of a lot of bad things in my life. So I basically stopped doing the drugs that I was doing and cut way back on my drinking. You can't surf when you're hungover. You can't surf if you've been up all night. Well, at least I can't. There's a sort of individualism also about surfing that I like. I mean, when it's your moment, man, that's your moment and yours alone. And no one can help you.
For all intents and purposes, we go into this record completely equal. Everybody contributing just as much on the lyric front as James contributing with drum parts and...
As soon as you started talking about that, I just like...
Yeah. You flashback now?
Well...
You want to hear it with vocals? Go sing it.
You guys had some rules about that before. Frankly, I don't give a fuck. I'm tired of arguing. You couldn't talk about his lyrics, therefore he couldn't talk about your drumming.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And you and him did the solos, so you weren't allowed to comment on the solos. Do you know what I mean? There was like rules. Are you telling me that those boundaries are gone now?
In the past, what we did was started with a bunch of ideas existing on tape from everybody. Then me and James would sit down and turn those ideas into songs. And then we would tell the rest of the band what to play and when to play and how to play it. There was never any just other ways of doing it.
You know, it's a whole new thing for me. You know, writing in front of everybody. Because I've always just gone into my own head and wrote stuff down instead of taking things from outside and putting them down.
What I was thinking is like, these are the hands that da-da-da-da, this is the face that da-da-da-da. So it's like...
Building a Frankenstein or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Building what?
This is the top of my head that's flat.
This is my
These.
We're on the same stream of consciousness here. We're just all working on the same creative wavelength, and it's inspiring for me. Now I can further express myself with these lyrics now that, you know, James has opened that door for Lars and I.
This is clay, right? Not
Yeah.
Clam?
Clay.
Okay, these hands finger the clam.
These are the eyes that can't see through me. This is the tongue that speaks on the inside.
Make sure you really like spit, can't see me. These are the eyes that can't see me.
These are the eyes that can't see me. These are the hands that drop your trust.
This is a...
Yeah. This is the eye. Yeah.
This is the eyes that can't see me. This is the hands that drop your trust. These are the boots that kick you around. This is the voice of silence no more.
What is this about?
Well, I mean, when I said Frankenstein, it's not that far off. You're talking about pieces of things. Some kind of monster.
Some kind of monster?
You know?
Some kind of monster.
It is.
You know what I mean?